Come on, get that money.
Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of the Black Dollar Coalition.
Welcome back, guys. Woo-hoo.
Yes, and I am so loving doing these. And I've been hearing you guys' feedback when I've been in other chats and different things like that. So I really am glad that you guys are appreciating it. And I just want you guys to stay tuned because I've been getting such good feedback, and I didn't even tell on the spot yet. So she's just hearing
tell me now, Chad. What's the tea?
So I was in a live the other day. Matter of fact, it was the other day. And when I came in, you know how I always come in and I say salute everybody. And
you're so polite and wonderful.
Yes, you gotta have manners around here. Okay? Because a lot of people do not. But we won't talk about that. So my homie spoke to me and she said, great live earlier. It was very informative. So that means people are watching.
Yes, watchers. Hey guys, that's awesome. Yes, and keep the feedback coming. Keep the questions coming. I think we're gonna have some live Q&A coming up, right?
Absolutely. We got some Q&As coming up for you guys where we'll actually be live, and we also have financial experts that will come in and share with us what they do in their line of work.
So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed with your notifications turned on. If you're watching this video right now, just like it. Just go ahead and like it. The information is coming. Just like it right now.
Yes. So let's get into it, because as you guys can see, today we're going to be talking about budgeting.
Yes, we're back in our budgeting section of the Black Dollar Coalition. Today's edition. Okay, I just love this graphic, by the way, that TheeEnicole put together.
Yes, we in the newspaper, girl.
Yes, read all about us. So so today we are talking about finances and relationships.
Oh, this is a little sticky situation.
So let's talk about it. That's what we're here to do. So I'm not sure if you see my slides is queued up.
Oh,
right?
Yes, I got them. I got them.
Okay, yes. So finances and relationships, guys. This is a very important topic because, if you are coupled with someone, then your finances affect them. Their finances affect you. How do you move forward in a positive way and make sure that you guys are taking great steps toward your financial future?
Yes, so let's go. I'm ready. So listen, as we get into this, y'all should have y'all notebooks, y'all pens, and y'all should be ready to take notes.
Yes, absolutely. So let's talk about the paycheck. Okay, it all starts with the paycheck, right? So a lot of people, as they're dating, as they're looking to couple, etc., they are focusing on what? The high value man, the 6 figures, or the high value woman, the 6 figures, 6-pack. What do they say? 6 figures, 6-pack, 6 feet.
I ain't never heard that one, but what I have heard is there ain't no romance without finance.
No romance without finance. Whatever little cliche, right? They're talking about the money. Now, money is important in life, and nobody, man, woman, gender neutral person, nobody should feel, badly about focusing on money and considering money when it comes to who they couple with. Do you agree?
Kinda.
Expound.
I'm a different type of girl though. So I feel like for me, because we're talking about the relationship side of it. For me, as long as I got a loyal person that's there to build with me and I can trust them and I can be myself with them and I'm comfortable, then we can build whatever. So I'm not really coming in the gate like some women do come in the gate well, he has to have this, and this. The only thing that I felt like is a requirement for me is what I said. Honesty, you got to believe in God, and you got to be willing to want to build. You know what I mean?
Honesty, believe in God, and you have to want to build. Okay,
Yeah.
if you're sliding in the DMs, just make sure you have your criteria all together. Okay. Okay, so a lot of people are focusing on not E. E is, E is about those three things, but a lot of people are focusing on how much a person makes. But would you be surprised to note that a lot of relationships and marriages fail because of finances, but it's not because
Absolutely.
of what people make? Do you know what it is?
Probably because they don't compromise or be honest about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it has more to do with habits, not aligning. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what we're going to talk about. So you get the check, you get the paycheck. Isn't this the best feeling when now they're direct deposited, but I've been working since I was 16. So I remember getting checks. You pop it out the
Mm-hmm.
envelope and
Mm-hmm.
you check your little figure
Right,
and
like they better be right too.
yeah,
'Cause,
exactly. So, brand new check. What do you do with your check when you get it? Now, this is a fantastic question to ask, maybe not on the first day, but to ask someone you're getting to know. You get your paycheck, it's payday. What do you do? The response to that question is going to be so telling about someone's financial habits, and it's good information if you're thinking about dating them, right? So does that person um are they focused on things like, I don't even know what kind of car this is, this was a fancy car that I found on the internet, but
I look
some
like a
people are,
Maybach.
oh, okay, Maybach. See, there you go, boom. The lady knows her cars. Love it.
I look what it look
Um,
like.
yeah, I think you're probably right. So this black and gold Maybach, are people, are they into things? Are they into flash? Are they into objects? This is some kind of Swiss watch,
Nah, I'm definitely a watch girl.
Oh, she's a watch girl. See, we're learning a lot about our host tonight. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? So, some people are into things. Now, some people are into experiences. They're into travel, adventure, that kind of thing. So, how someone, kind of spends their income, especially their discretionary income, is very important, and you need to kind of understand that pretty early on. And then, and some people, and I've come across this a lot in my profession, excuse me, as a realtor, some people spend to impress others. And you'd be very surprised. I've worked with buyers before who, found a perfectly beautiful home, met all their needs, but it was in an area that their friends told them they would not visit them in.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Their friends were like, we love you, but we're never coming over there. First of all, maybe those aren't the best friends to have.
Right. What?
But for most of us, there is some level of societal pressure um, to impress others, or sometimes it's a colleague. I had another client who needed to buy in this building because it's the building that his professional mentor recommended, and he's like, if I want to go to the next level in my career, I have to be in this building, and that kind of thing.
Oh wow. I don't know
Yeah.
which one I don't like more.
Yeah. And so it's important as you're getting to know someone to understand what are their thoughts and ideas about money. What are their attitudes? Do they like to buy assets, things, experiences? Do they like to impress people? Or are they like me? My favorite thing um, to do with my money is to create time freedom. I wake up naturally every morning. I do not hit a clock, which is my dream life. I remember working in corporate America and having to be at work at a certain time. And, I remember punching the clock and all of that. And something about it just made me so miserable. So my dream was to, is to wake up naturally. And I do every day. and I'm
Yes.
happy.
Nothing like it.
Yeah, so I love to buy assets that afford me time freedom. So, what kind of person are you getting to know? This is so important. Um, so a few things to do. Oh, I should have switched. I should have flipped this photo. Sorry about that. But this is a lovely, happy couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you're getting to know, your significant other, you want to talk about your attitudes about money, your habits. What do you do when you first get your paycheck? And you want to talk about your financial goals. Here are the things that couples never ever talk about, but they should at the beginning. Number one thing is family, extended family, and their responsibility, their financial responsibility to their extended family, right? You could meet someone, they have maybe no children, right? So you're like, oh, this person, has no children. People assume that about me all the time. Oh, she doesn't have any children. She has, a ton of money. It's like, no. But they could have aunts they care for. They could have an aging parent or parents that they're caring for, or a godchild or a niece or nephew. So that a good conversation to have with your loved one is about their their responsibilities financially to their families. What do you think about that, Eve?
Yeah, I agree. I've never thought about it, but I agree.
Yeah. And some people find out, down the line, like, oh, I didn't know you were supporting all these people. Some people support whole families, and so, that's important to understand, kind of what your partner's responsibilities are and what you expect to do in the future. I've worked with clients, couples who in their culture it's standard and customary for the parents to live in the home with them and for them to financially support the parents, um, and
Well,
so
that's one of the reasons Jeezy and Jenny Mac getting divorced.
right. Exactly. So, like, what is the expectation there? I also heard, and I'm not sure, this is allegedly, but I also heard that not only was Jeannie's mom there, and I'm
The
sure she
brother
was
was
very
there
open,
too.
her brother as well. Exactly.
Mhm.
So that is something very important to discuss. And um, we talk about how much money someone makes, and, that's fine, or what's their credit score. I think, when do you think is a good time to ask somebody about their credit score and their like financial situation in general?
I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash for this, but I feel
Uh-oh.
like I feel like that's really not nobody's business unless y'all get married, because I feel like
Oh.
a lot of people get into relationships for the wrong reasons. Like some people get into relationships for finance when you should be stable on your own before you even looking to get into a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that's why I think this topic is important, because
Oh
it's
wait,
like,
can I add something?
yeah, please do. Take it away.
I feel like it's none of their business until you're about to get married or
Mm-hmm.
until you guys might go into a business together, because you might be boyfriend and girlfriend and like to start a business.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever started a business with a partner?
I,
You have?
mhm. I'm all about business. You know me.
Yes. Yes, I do know TheeEnicole. She is all about business.
If
Um,
we not talking business, we ain't
mhm.
doing that either.
Yeah. You heard it right here, okay? Make sure you have all the criteria if you're going in those DMs, sir.
Y'all gonna stop trying to marry me out.
Just have it together.
Yes.
But yeah, so their habits, their attitudes, family stuff. Also, what are their professional goals? What
Hmm.
do they want to do? Because your profession and your chosen, kind of what you do for a living deeply affects your lifestyle, right? You could be with a touring rapper. That's a very different lifestyle than, the neighborhood plumber, right? Shout out to the plumbers,
Right.
by the way.
Uh-oh. They have
I
to lay that pipe.
Oh my God. That is not what I meant. See, he coming with the jokes tonight. I love
I'm
it.
just saying.
Yeah. Yes, today. Um, so yeah, a plumber, they could, they're home by 5, that kind of thing. And so, that's very important. Do they see themselves as an entrepreneur? Are they in a business that's not like stable? Um, that varies greatly, year to year. Those are things to talk about and to really understand before you attempt to budget together. So the actual budgeting part isn't really that hard. I think the hard part is having these introductory conversations with someone that you're getting serious about, maybe thinking about combining households. That's a really big step. That's a really big step.
I think the hardest part for people is being honest about it.
You know what? You've mentioned honesty. I'd like to hear you expand a little bit about, what you're thinking in terms of being financially honest in relationships.
Well, I feel like just us being in this media space, we see so much, we hear so much, and um, you touched on part of it a little bit earlier by saying that people spend to impress. So I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of dudes, and maybe some females too, because don't get it wrong, females spend the money too. Um, and in the beginning, you're trying to impress somebody to get them, and then once you get them, people get comfortable or have to revert back to their normal way of life, and it wasn't what you portrayed to be in the beginning.
Hmm.
So even before you get to the conversation, most people don't even get to the conversation because if you're presenting yourself to be one way, they're just gonna assume, oh, they got money, when really you
Hmm.
just skipped the whole bill just to take this bitch to her favorite restaurant
Ooh,
that
ooh,
she just made up in her head because she wanted you
ooh.
to take her.
Or she saw it on social media.
Right.
She
Or
saw
you
somebody else
trying
do it.
to impress this man and buy him that watch or that
Mm,
outfit, and men's stuff is expensive and
yes,
you
it
bought
is.
it and you should have been paying your phone bill or something like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So here are the major things to decide when it comes to budgeting as a couple. The first thing is you need to decide when it comes to income, is there one pot or are there two pots, right? So are we are
Well,
we yeah, go ahead. One
well,
pot or two pots, E?
well, I'm gonna speak for the females. Most
Mhm.
females, mamas, aunties, granny told them you better have a little something tucked away
Mhm.
in case of emergency, rainy day, whatever. Like, but at the same time, I feel that men should too, because you've seen situations where people have split and the man taken it all or the
Yeah.
woman have taken it all. So I feel like there should be a joint and both of them should have separate. So I really think it should be three.
Three pots, okay? So one pot, two pots, or three pots. So that's your first decision as a couple. Your second
Mhm.
decision as a couple are your obligations, right? We have to live under a roof, we have to eat food, right? Hopefully, we have to,
Yeah,
you know, uh,
clothes,
yes,
bills.
we need lights over, we need StreamYard internet
Duh,
services.
that's StreamYard.
You So the next one is listing all of the obligations and which pot those obligations are coming from. Do they come from
Mhm.
one pot? Do they come from both of our two pots? Do they come from a third pot where we're both contributing? That is your next decision as the couple, is what pots do the obligations cover? And you know what? Using the pot language, it's really good. This is something I learned in therapy, actually.
Okay, come
um,
to therapy.
yes, shout out, yes, therapy, yes, mental wellness, love it. But something that I've learned in therapy is a really cool trick is if you can use language that makes things feel and seem neutral, you can get further with your partner in getting to your goals and objectives. So you notice I'm not saying my money or his money or,
Right.
the real estate paycheck or the, whatever plumber paycheck. We're calling them pots, right? So, okay, so this is this pot, this is this pot, this is the third pot, or what have you. So, so what pot should the light bills come out of? Using that kind of language is very helpful for couples, right? When it comes to, figuring out which ones your obligations are going to come out of. So remember, you get what you negotiate, okay? And it's okay when it comes to financial conversations with your partner. If you sit down to attempt to do this exercise and it doesn't work out, it's okay to come back to it later. You do not have to give up on a partner who loves you because you had a financial conversation that didn't go well. It's okay to come back to it and attempt it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And then the last thing you need to decide, and this is very important, a lot of couples don't talk about it. They're focused on the surviving day to day. You need to talk about the future and investing for the future, right? How
Mm-hmm.
much are we investing for our future? What are we investing it in? So that needs to be a part of everyone's budget. We've presented the financial foundation here on the channel, so you know that investing is at the top of that tier, and we budget to invest. That's the only way to be sure that it gets done. So talk to your partner. Like what kind of things are we going to invest in? What will our future look like based on what we invest? And so that's the third decision that you need to make with your partner.
Okay.
Nice. Anything I didn't cover, E? What are your thoughts? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I want y'all to only deal with your financial situation within your couple. Like, I feel like people shouldn't be looking at a different couple and expecting it to work in your couple. Each couple is its own individual coupleship. Okay, like
Great point.
what works for another couple might not work for y'all. So you need to be invested in your partner and figure out what you and your partner can do together, because what works for A don't work for B.
That is absolutely an excellent point. That is an amazing, amazing perspective on it, because a lot of people, everybody comes into relationships with some kind of expectation. And sometimes those aren't even things that we came up with. That's just something we thought people do or whatever. But you can design your life, your relationship, and your finances to fit you and what works for you and yours. Okay.
And don't settle.
No,
Like, you can't be
stop
mad
setting.
because your homegirl is with Mr. Biggs and you decided to say yes to Tyrone. So what Mr. Biggs got going on, Tyrone can't afford that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yes. Absolutely. And let me say this about lower earners, because we have a lot of guys out there who are, in the context of this six-figure conversation, they're not earning at that level, or they're not earning at that level yet, right? But a lot of them are still very, might be very good guys, right? And so lower earners need to focus more on obtaining assets, for sure, even more so than higher earners. Well, everybody should, but lower earners can, like if you're making 60,000, you can, with a good financial plan, acquire assets over a good 5 to 7 year period that earn you that another 60, right? Now you're a six-figure man. You're not making six-figure in your job or profession, but remember, the best earners are assets, not us.
And also, like, be realistic. Today's situation is not tomorrow's situation. So a lot of people are judging people based on their current situation. they're not going to be there all the time. You might meet a man that makes less than you, and then 5 years he's making triple what you make.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like people need to get their priorities in order. Yes, money is definitely a priority, but it's not the most important when it comes to love, real love.
Exactly. And love is patient, love is kind. So should your conversations be with your partner. Be patient, be kind, be sweet to them. Remember that this is your person that you love so much, okay? Don't get frustrated. It's okay to come back to conversations and, stay focused. Make your financial goals as a team the focus of these conversations, and they'll feel more cooperative and not like you're, negotiating with the enemy, because you're not. So be sweet.
Yes. And start with yourself. And while we're speaking about yourself, please make sure that you like this video.
Yes.
Please make sure that you're subscribed.
Yes.
Not only to this channel, but also to On the Spot. And all of her links are always in the description, you guys.
Right there. This has been Finance and Relationships, brought to you by the Black Dollar Coalition.
Yes. So we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.